Choose your destiny.
Greetings, my friend, from the twilight of one reality to the dawn of another. My name is Nizian, the Pathfinder, a knight from the new old times, a witness of the grand cosmic dance of creation and consumption. I am here to unveil a tale from the brilliant confines of the White Citadel, a tale of light against shadow, order against chaos. The White Citadel, our bastion of dreams, home to creators and dreamers, has always stood as a beacon of hope and creativity, where every thought, every dream breathes life into reality. Then there's the Black Matrix, a world steeped in chaos, devouring everything it touches, an insatiable maw in the fabric of existence. Before us lies the game board, an ethereal mirror reflecting our age-old struggle, each square, a universe in itself, each move, an epic tale echoing through the corridors of time. And in the heart of the White Citadel, in the warm glow of our creator's dreams, a simple farmer found his life overturned. Our first herald of change, not a mighty knight or a high-ranking bishop, but an ordinary man, a pawn named Everard the farmer. Everard, with his humble life, craved nothing but peace and the joy of his labor. His fields were his canvas, and from the soil he painted life. But fate, with its twisted sense of humor, had other plans. One by one, his fields withered, his livestock fell ill, and the once prosperous Everard found himself with naught but the unforgiving dirt beneath his feet. Driven by a curiosity as vast as the universe and the hardship that had befallen him, Everard dared to venture where no one from the White Citadel had before, into the untouched center of the game board, the heart of the universe. To him, this was not a violation of rules, but an act of defiance against the unyielding hand of fate, a fist raised against the cruel cosmic order. And thus, our tale takes flight, with a lone farmer taking the first steps into the unknown, the cogs of destiny beginning to turn. The story you are about to witness, dear friend, is a chronicle of these brave souls, the dreamers, the creators, and yes, the rebellious, who dared to dream of a universe united, not divided by the color of their squares. Buckle up, for our journey has just begun.
Once upon a time, in a world of cobalt blue quicksand and mirror-like reflections, I woke up. Me, Everard, just an old farmer, was in a reality so strange it could only be the Nexus. That Nexus had twisted dimensions, reality, dreams, and time, all spun together like a cosmic twister. In this surreal reality, every reflection shone a corner of the Nexus, each mirror a window to an unfathomable depth. It was like planting seeds in quicksand under the ethereal glow of a cobalt dawn. A crazy place to farm, but it was the only plot I had left. As my boots sank into the quicksand, the inkling of a challenge whispered in my ear, a defiant stride towards the center. But no step goes unnoticed here. Like the echo of a crow's caw in a quiet morning, my move stirred the stillness. The first to rouse was Retro Rebel, an afro-headed fellow whose fro stood tall and prickly like a proud cactus in a desert. He strutted up all high and mighty, a smug grin wrapped around his face. "If a white farmer dares," he boomed, "why not a black pawn like me?" Then the peculiar Arab fella, Oddball Omar, the conspiracy theorist with the spirit of a raccoon, shifty and clever. I always thought he was up to something, but here in the Nexus we held our ground, two lone figures in a world of illusions. It was then, out of nowhere, Armageddon Iron Fist slid into view. With a smile slicker than an oil spill and eyes shielded by lobbyists' glasses, he sneered, "Back down, farmer. You're out of your league." But ain't no way was I backing down. In the midst of this tension, a knight, Nizayan, rode forward. Steady as the North Star, he became our shield, a beacon of honor against Iron Fist's veiled threats. The sight was something, seeing a knight stepping up for a simple farmer.
Howdy, dear viewer, you're very welcome. My name is Gilbert. I live perched high up here in the Citadel. Most folks call me Glue Stick, for I can talk with my lips closed, ain't it not? But don't be fooled by the static-charged hair and clay-covered hands. I've got a unique tickle, you see. Can't go near those fancy electronic devices like those computers and smartphones you use without feeling like a porcupine in a balloon factory. That's my pixel prickle syndrome for you. But guess what? King Cyrus, aka Bite Belly, our glorious ruler, he anointed me a rook. Me, a rook. Can you believe that? No, siree, not everyone was pleased. Folks said, how could a poor simpleton like him be a rook? He's not fit for it. Well, I reckon it's just their fear talking. You see, King Cyrus, he's not like other kings. He's got this idea that everyone deserves a chance. Oh, speaking of kings, King Cyrus is smashing in it. He's not just our king. He's like a beacon of hope for all of us, a symbol of endless charm and creativity. His reign has been nothing short of a golden era for the Citadel. Cyrus, sitting upon his legendary gaming throne and feasting lavishly every day on his own creations. Despite his fixation on video games and innovative culinary creations, he remains a beloved figure, a testament to the vibrant spirit and unity of the Citadel. And the Queen. Oh, Queen Linnea. Now there's a woman with magic in her hands. I could spend all day gushing about her. Her works of art, they're like dreams caught in astonishing constellations of atoms, bits and bytes, a symphony of colours. I've never seen anything quite like it. It's pure, unadulterated magic, it is. Now about being a rook. See, a rook's job ain't like any other. We're the watchtowers, the protectors. We sit in the corners, quietly watching, waiting, until there's a need for us. Until there's a total war. But that will never happen anyways. I mean, at least that's what King Cyrus must have thought at the time. Then, there's the other rook, the chap on the other corner. Now he's the proper rook, as they say, always in the media, looking strong and stout like a real golem. You know, the kind that makes you feel safe and protected. But I'll tell you a secret. Between you and me, he's got nothing on King Cyrus and Queen Linnea. No, siree, not a bit. Oh, dear heavens, I should explain what happened during the Everard crisis. You must be dying of curiosity. Well, with Nizian and Armageddon Iron Fist in a stalemate, a simple pawn without a name or tail to his life took a single step, completely unaware of his insignificance in the events of this world. Tragic, isn't it? Ah, but there, Bishop Bale, an eccentric, restless spirit, known for his strange doctrines and fiery proclamations. He had a long-standing grudge against this black bishop from the Black Matrix. Pardon me, but I forgot his name. He looks frightening, though, to me at least. With the unimportant pawn leaving a bit of room open, the fire in Bale's eyes grew brighter. And while all this happened, our beautiful Queen Linnea watched Bale, her eyes filled with worry, but never leaving him out of her sight. Then, Pyre Hemlock made his move. He was quiet, but don't let his silence fool you. He was an alchemist full of secrets and rumours, said his poison could take down the mightiest of giants. Meanwhile, our brave farmer Everard found himself backed by an increasing number of supporters, becoming a symbol of bravery for the White Citadel. In the midst of all this, Bishop Bale shocked everyone. He embarked on a suicide mission, spurred on by his twisted faith, seeking solace in the afterlife. The outcome was grim. Our bishop fell, taken down by the black adversary he so fervently sought to destroy. This left Queen Linnea with a terrible choice. Allow tempers to cool down or retaliate and invite further conflict. In a decisive move, she opted for the latter, eliminating the Black Bishop. May he rest in peace, whatever his name was. It was a stark warning to the Black Matrix, a reminder that the White Citadel wouldn't stand idle while their own fell. And so, the drums of war began to beat louder. Conflict was now not just a possibility, it was inevitable. We stood at the edge of chaos, uncertain of what the future would bring. And I was scared to death that I actually had to play my part as a rook. I mean, I'm not even worth a pawn. Farewell, dear viewer.
Today is January 19th in the year 2049, 50 years after Kasparov's immortal game. This interview is being conducted by myself, Detective James Hollis from the CIA. Also present in the room is my partner, Detective Zoe Walsh. The time is 11:56 p.m., and we're in the Silicon Valley offices of the Zuckerberg Intelligence Agency. The subject of this interview is conscious, responsive, and to this point has been mostly cooperative. Let's start with the basics, shall we? What is your name and age?
Name's Misa. Age? I lost count in the soot vaults a long time ago.
The soot vaults? The dungeons for the worst of criminals in the depths of the Black Matrix. Tell me about your time there.
Oh, a summer retreat for sure. Sun-drenched luxury rooms with a free Netflix subscription and a huge master bed. Charming company with intellectual, inspiring, and very kind and talented people. Delicious 5-star meals around the clock. Swimming pools and massage salons with hot, sexy guys that fulfill your every wish. Oh, and not to forget, the main attraction, those enchanting torture sessions. The soot vaults were my personal paradise. I can get you 20% off, if your wife is ever interested.
Charming place, I reckon. Why did you volunteer for the Nexus mission? Misa, the Nexus mission. Why did you volunteer for it?
I had personal reasons.
What was your relationship with Oddball Omar?
Relationship? I didn't know the guy, don't want to know the guy, don't care what you want to know about the guy.
So help me understand then, why exactly did you get into a conflict with him?
Why? Because his mouth was full of questions, much like yours.
Okay, I understand you've been through a lot, but I sincerely want to help you. Let's maybe talk about something else. Why do they call you Misa, the Mercy of Midnight?
They call me Mercy of Midnight because I showed mercy where none was due, skulking in the shadows at, spoiler alert, midnight, hunting nightmares that others couldn't, releasing them from their pathetic existence and bringing them back for consumption. You've never seen true darkness until you've watched a soul being sucked out of a man.
And then you found yourself in the soot vaults. Why? You were arrested and brought to the soot vaults. With what reason?
I broke some rules about some so-called hunting and consumption ethics, which ticked off the bitch in the crown.
You mean Queen Linnea? Tell me about her and King M'Baphaal.
That cruel whore is an abomination of evil, a sadistic cunt that deserves to rot in the explicit version of the soot vaults. From our king, I at least get the feel that he actually has a mission, as crazy as he might seem. But this piece of shit, all she wants is to exceed the limits of cruelty and cause suffering to the most innocent things that she can find.
But she let you go on the Nexus mission. Why?
Because I'm the fucking Mercy of Midnight. They sent out all the crooks and mercenaries they could find and put a bounty on this old farmer guy. None of them returned. Pathetic.
I see. Everard, the farmer. So the royal family wanted him dead. How did this war escalate so quickly?
This fat white king castled with his giant flying rook. After that, the war was official.
Castled?
It's a war ceremony that is only held when peace is no longer the objective. The king goes into hiding, and the rook is prepared to launch a full attack on the enemy.
How did the royal family react to that?
The bitch moved out of her castle and laid her filthy eyes on me from afar. I could feel her cheap, rotten breath on my neck at every step.
The evidence says that after a few shifts of formation, King M'Baphaal also castled. Who is this white knight that joined forces with Nizia, the Pathfinder?
He is called Narcissus something. I believe it was Pristine? He is the embodiment of useless art and trashy excess of attention-seeking content, and I've heard rumors that he eats paint and builds multifunctional weapons that are tools for art at the same time. That's all I know.
Misa, it is very important to us that you tell us what happened in the Nexus. We know that Queen Linnea did something unimaginably horrific before the war, and that it scarred you for the rest of your life. We're not after anything you did. All we want is the truth. You saw things in the Nexus, strange things. We need to know what that was.
Who are you? Did you follow me? Stay away from me. I will not go to prison for finding out the truth.
What are you talking about? What is this place? Are you even real?
What am I talking about? You said conspiracy theorist, remember? You laughed at me. You all laughed at me. And now look at you, a confused little sheep. Who's crazy now?
Man, I don't even know you. You're not worth my laughter. Tell me where the fuck I am. Why is everything so different here?
Oh, you are surprised. I spent all of my life finding out about the elites and their plan to rule the world. Conspiracy theory. I was right. I was right all along. The magenta pill, it exists. Do you understand? It exists.
Huh? Magenta? I am looking for a magenta creature. Her name is Fluffberry. Can you help me?
So ironic. They want my help now. Now they all want Omar's help. Of course I know Fluffberry.
You know her?
But why should I help you? You're probably carrying a chip in store for the Queen.
No. I am from the Soot Vaults. I hate that fucking cunt. She...
I don't believe your conspiracy theories, however.
Please, I need to see Fluffberry. I beg you, please.
Fluffberry is the product of an agenda to establish a new world order with the Queen controlling our minds. I will end it once and for all.
Tell me where she is. Tell me where the fuck she is right now. I am not joking. I need to know. Fucking tell me.
Observer of secrets, Omar, the overseer.
I swear I will fucking kill you. Tell me where she is. Make this fucking dream stop. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Misa, the Nexus. What happened?
I don't remember. None of it makes sense.
Oddball Omar, what did he say to you?
He spoke of a truth. A truth I wasn't ready for.
And you killed him?
I had to. He was in my way.
And then the white giant Rook launched his attack on you, right?
Yes, out of nowhere. Motherfucker blindsided me from the skies, and then Pyre Hemlock moved in on him. I think that giant golem is scared of poison. He fled right back home. What a coward.
Hello, darling viewer. Your journey with us thus far fills me with gratitude. Might you be so kind as to share your favorite chapter in the comments below? It would mean the world to us. Now welcome back to the grand canvas of destiny. That is the artful game of chess. Chess is no playground for the faint-hearted or the uncreative. It's a thrilling tightrope walk over an abyss of infinite possibilities. You see, it demands a delicate balance, strategic anticipation on one hand, and the jarring tension of unexpected moves on the other. Each choice also births a chance, where caution and courage melt together in a dangerous dance, and where silent patience can be an assassin as deadly as the rawest impulse. A battlefield confined within 64 squares, each a coin flip away from turning a sanctuary into a nuclear minefield and vice versa. Each step, each move, like a butterfly's wing, carries the potential to stir up storms of fate, where even the humblest pawn can topple the mightiest king in the blink of an eye. Chess, my darling viewer, is not just a game, it is life played out on a checkered stage. Before this conflict, our world was divided between the White Citadel and the Black Matrix, two mighty powers locked in a seemingly unending stalemate. I was born amidst the brutality of a total war, but my father and Elder M'Baphaal negotiated a truce, crafting an unspoken agreement that transformed this field of conflict into a rigid grid of control, with the Nexus, its heart, as a forbidden space no figure dare trespass. Now, my darling viewer, let me share a secret that my father shared with me on his deathbed, that not even my husband, King Cyrus Bitebelly, knows. As I was about to be queen of the White Citadel, my father entrusted me with a treasure chest filled with the magenta pill. They are capsules of creative energy that brings dreams to life. Sadly, our adversaries in the Black Matrix, devoid of these magical wonders, succumbed to consumption and with time turned into savages who seek to destroy and consume the beautiful creations that our beloved citizens of the White Citadel create, expressing their joy of life with magical creativity inspired by my works, which I create in art sessions under the influence of the magenta pill, lovingly sharing it with the good people of the White Citadel. Amidst the Everard crisis, and after our crazy Bishop Bale's suicide mission, I found myself deep inside the enemy's territory, far from home. Now, beneath the cloak of a tempest's wrath, in this world of shadows and echoes, I found myself lost in the labyrinth of the enemy. A whisper in the wind told of Urayari, the Black Matrix's silent and invisible messenger of death, an ethereal ninja with the sharpest spear in the universe abandoning his post. A move that left King M'Baphaal exposed. My keen eyes weren't the only ones sensing the vulnerability. A white pawn, both loyal and foresighted, made way for Padre Payne. This is not a name that's mentioned lightly in the Citadel. He is an exorcist, wielding sacred holographic weapons that inflict unimaginable pain, without leaving a mark on the body of the tormented. He once used these same tools to rescue a young maiden from a wicked demon that had possessed her, relentlessly torturing her for months. Guided by an unshakable faith, he sees it as his holy duty to cleanse each soul of evil spirits, however long it might take. M'Baphaal, sensing the tremors of an imminent attack, seeked cover behind Retro Rebel. Into this tightrope act of feints and parries stepped Narcissus Pristine, crossing the enemy line. A cowardly Black Bishop retreated behind his king. Padre Payne, a disciplined tactician, established his formation, an intricate web of threats and defenses. Meanwhile, word of a valuable treasure left behind by the confrontation between Misa, the Mercy of Midnight, and Oddball Omar reached Retro Rebel. The Black Matrix royal family's bounty on Everard's head further fueled his ambition to venture into the Nexus. This dangerous intersection of desire and ambition put Everard in a precarious position. Recognizing an opportunity, I stepped in to defend Everard, shifting to a position where at the same time I had my crosshairs on King M'Baphaal. Despite my attempts to lock him in, M'Baphaal slipped away yet again. Simultaneously, faithful Gilbert Gluestick fulfilled his duty as a rook and covered Everard. Retro Rebel, aware he won't be able to kill Everard without getting killed himself, moved to the square where Oddball Omar discovered the secret, searching for the valuable treasure. This also threatened Nizian, the Pathfinder. Nizian found himself at a crossroads, faced with the choice between a safe retreat and a risky attack. Summoning courage from a wellspring of loyalty, Nizian shifted from his entrenched position where he had remained rooted since the start, always watchful over Everard. A knight in the truest sense, his devotion to Everard's well-being superseded all else, driving him to confront the looming threats directly. Moving with strategic precision, he advanced into the heart of the Nexus, a terrain so chaotic it warped reality itself. Yet to our heroic Pathfinder, its tangled threads of illusion unraveled to reveal a clear course. He found two paths that led him straight towards the only two figures that threatened Everard directly: Aleth Donna, and to him more personal, his arch-nemesis, Armageddon Iron Fist. The tide seemed to turn in our favour, and I felt a surge of gratitude for Nizian's bold offensive in this hostile terrain. But the battlefields are fickle, as cruel as they are chaotic. Just as we tasted the sweet nectar of a possible advantage, an unforeseen blow was struck. From the nebulous depths of the Nexus, the sinister Urayari emerged, a spectre of doom materializing from an abyssal portal. With a single swift thrust, he shattered our hope, executing the noble Nizian in a horrific display of power. The brutality of the act hung heavily in the air, a tangible sorrow that drowned out the usual clamour of war. As the echoes of Nizian's screams resonated through our ranks, a stark silence blanketed the battlefield. Our symbol of bravery, loyalty and honour was no more, leaving behind a melancholic void. His final legacy, the paths he had carved, lay etched in our hearts, a testament to his valour that will be remembered for eternity. This tragic loss triggered a transformation in Everard. Breaking his oath to remain unmoved and firm in the heart of the Nexus, he strode into battle. Spurred on by the death of Nizian, the only knight who stood by him from the beginning, he sought revenge. His courage transformed him from a humble pawn into our strongest warrior, killing Urayari in the depths of the Nexus and drawing the enemy's attention to himself. As chaos ensued, Aleth Donna narrowly evaded Gilbert Gluestick, succumbing to my dear husband Bitebelly's successful war propaganda campaign that he conducted after he appointed Gilbert a rook. Our dear Gilbert, to the Black Matrix, also known as the Clay Hands of Justice, was such a terrifying figure to the people of the Black Matrix that they would protest on the streets to voice their fears of a cataclysmic end, convinced his clay hands were unethical universe-annihilating weapons. Such is the power of rumours in times of war, my darling viewer. It bent Aleth Donna's resolve, spread fear, and had people leave behind entire villages whenever the name Gilbert Gluestick was mentioned. All while, in this shadow of the fabricated monstrosity, Everard found himself ensnared in the enemy's web. In an unexpected turn, Skyward Juggernaut embodied a timeless moment from chess history. Brushing aside his deep-seated fear of poison, he made a daring move, striking down Retro Rebel. To the uninitiated, it might appear as an unintelligent and ill-advised exchange, a rook for a pawn. Yet, this calculated gambit was far from a material loss. The removal of Retro Rebel neutralized Pyre Hemlock's toxic traps, creating a safe path for me to step into the Nexus. This move, my darling viewer, brought me one step closer to my ultimate objective, neutralizing Diskhorde M'Baphaal, the Iron Hound of the Black Matrix.
Here. Listen now, all ye blind to see through the White Queen's false decree. She tells tales of gold and light, yet truth lies hidden from the sight. Born in a realm that fell to its knees, monsters thrive, no peace, no ease. In gutters roved, king in disguise, a prince forgotten the truth in lies. Everard's crisis stirs the fear, her intentions unclear. Sent old man to end the pill's drear. Quick fix, queen's trick, yet doom draws near. White bishop sent, a note of death. Full attack, bated breath. Secret labs, powers bequest. Her realm controlled, subjects oppressed. Clay hands of justice come with the dawn. Sow seeds of fear, kingdom pawned. I'll move with purpose, face the sun. Against the White Queen, her deeds undone. Once was a time, stood side by side. Queen and I in youth, in pride. Shared a secret, the magenta thrill. Sweet call of addiction, a test of will. Our paths diverged in thought. Indeed, she lived in excess. I felt the need to curb the craving, deep and real. A pact to protect, a promise to seal. Against Narcissus, stood in the night. Puppet of Queen, lost in the light. Blade found mark, his final throws. A victory sweet as night wind blows. Pawns unleashed, lost in her spell. To doom they marched, kingdom fell. Respected Everard, his courage true. Fell to Aleth Donna, a fact we rue. Bishop coward chose to flee. Faced clay hands might, denied the plea. Denied the truth thrice before dawn. Cowardly bishop, his faith was torn. Armageddon general, trusted friend. By queen's wrath, life's end. Lost in despair, mired in pain. Queen, how many more will you claim? Faced the pawns, their blind march. Sacrifices to a queen's arch. With heavy heart their lives I stole. Forgive them, Zenith, they know not their role. Uncovered Omar's secret, his wisdom rare. Queen's machinations I couldn't bear. World of dreams she spun, a web of deceit. Power grew while subjects faced defeat. Cornered, back to wall, feeling strain. Cruel tormentor grins, finds gain. Thunder Inu enters, devotion's measure. Charges in, finds strength in treasure. Clay hands arise, justice in guise. Thunder Inu pounces, courage in his eyes. Aleth Donna's screams echo the night. Exorcist's torment twists and ends her blight.
Hilarious. Tortured to death by a bishop. You fucking cunt got the death you deserved.
Serenity blaze, torchbearer bold. Strikes the exorcist, vision of queenhood she holds. Queen takes one more, precious to me. In her madness does she feel free. Fetched her down the foe, my dog rules the sky. Returns to his king, loyalty cannot die. Serenity steps up, kingdom's new rise. Face of chaos, queen's dream she spies. Shattered the lab, Linnea's reign descends. In the rubble, a new order commences. Her darling viewers, trapped in her weave. Sweet sounding siren, do not believe. Joy isn't found in mindless hollow, or in a pill's pool, hard to swallow. Yet in honor, in memory of pioneer, against addiction's demons we must steer. Excess to ruin, cycle grim under Linnea's rule, world on whim. Each one of us holds a stake in this play. Choose wisely, or watch our world fray. Claim the throne, a new game begins. Every day a chance to change, wisdom wins. Fear no man but God, my decree in wins. Much was taken, yet I have so much to give.
Are you confused, little sheep? You called me a conspiracy theorist, but now you see the truth. Everard's ruined farm and Bishop Bale's suicide mission were all strategically calculated plays by your darling queen. She needed a pretext to venture into the Nexus because she was running out of her father's stash of the magenta pill and wanted to kill M'Baphaal ever since he left her.